Commence primary ignition.
Hey, I'm actor Chris Bartlett from The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, and Obi-Wan Kenobi, and you're watching Virtual Cantina Network.
Woohoo.
Oh my God! There's the three of us. The amigos are back in town, baby.
Woohoo!
Yes.
Right.
What the age? But welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another week of the Watch Along, and we're going to watch the second half of Rebuild the Galaxy. I'm Spencer. Riding Chewy today is both Jeff and Dave. We got the amigos back together. How are you guys?
Doing well,
Good.
doing well.
Good. Don't have the issues to deal with. I think that Dave is dealing with, but
Yes.
thankfully we don't have hurricane weather very often. When we do, we get earthquakes, so it's really cool.
Earthquake.
Yes.
Hurricanes.
Hurricane.
Well, we wish everybody that's over in the Panhandle and all of our family members in Florida right now, like Mark and Toddy and Notman and all those crowd, all the best. Hope they're safe and everything's good there. We're getting some rain up here in Boston currently. It was coming down pretty heavy a little while ago. But Dave, you're in a blast zone currently, aren't you?
I am not as bad as it is towards the western North Carolina. I am in more central. We're getting rain, but we're not getting nowhere near the amount of rain about to get.
Is there worry about the trajectory changing and cutting over to where you guys are or anything like that?
I mean, any shift in the track will bring us more rain.
Right.
And our coast, I'm in a sweet spot right now. The mountains are going to get hit with this one. The coast got hit with the last one. The worry is really that the coast, the wraparound bands are going to get more rain to the coast that was already hit with the last one. They do not need that.
Right.
But we hope that everybody's safe. Everybody's doing well. A lot of great things happening in the next week or so. First and foremost, it's been a while, but we are going to next Saturday have bi-coastal meetups going on, which is going to actually be pretty cool. First and foremost, we're going to talk that next Saturday is Bunta Eve Nashville. It's our last Bunta Eve of the year as part of ICC Con. Very excited about that, to be in Nashville. We're going to have a great crew with us over there. Great OT lineup. What'd you say, Dave?
Oh yeah, there's so many great people there from the OT. And people from the new stuff as well. We did a bumper with Chris Bartlett, who there we go.
Absolutely. So that's great. Very excited about that. So if you're in the greater Nashville area, or if you're within driving distance and want to come in on Saturday night, you do not need a ticket to get into the con to go to Bunta, but you need a ticket for Bunta. But if you go to the con, we are going to be at booth 928. We have some great giveaways. We're part of a couple of different like patch and swag, like scavenger hunts. One that's with the swag crew, and also one that's actually for Cantina themed booths. And I was like, well, it's in our name, so we probably should be part of that. Why not? We're right there. We're right by a door. And also don't forget, we have our panel on Saturday morning with John Goodson and Lauren Vogt. So that's going to be a lot of fun there. But if you're in California, there's an incredible Star Wars lineup over at LA Comic-Con. Jeff, why don't you tell us a little bit about the LA meetup?
Well, we're changing it up a little bit this year, and I wanted to keep the area we're going to meet up in sort of more centralized. In the past, I've tried to do things like include people that may not have a pass to be able to join us, but it didn't seem like many people that didn't have a pass would come out. Most people that come out or have a pass. So I on that map there, you could see that I was putting us at the bottom of the stairs on the left side of the escalators as you go in, and that's the main hall right above it. And normally there's a lot of photo shoots on the right side, so if we're trying to get over to the Star Wars photo shoot, we won't have far to go. People need to get upstairs to go to panels, quickly, or come down from panels, because I know some people are either finishing something up or getting ready to do something immediately after the time frame that I chose. So being in the middle of the lobby kind of makes it a little bit easier to get to things. People will be able to jump on the escalator and go upstairs and get to wherever they need to after they've made an appearance. And some people that are on panels that end right around 2 will be able to come down and join us, hopefully. So that will be cool.
Yeah. So very excited about all that. We also have in the end of October, we have our meetup at New York Comic-Con, which in the last 24 hours, the man who said the name Ray more times than Ray Park himself, John Boyega. So that's a second con he's done since any of the movies, and his second con he signed at ever. Like the first one was Awesome Con like 2 or 3 years ago. And now he's doing New York Comic Con, and his prices are crazy cheap. It's like for 3D items, $125.
So
Wow.
it's at Moynihan Food Hall. Is Bobby Moynihan going to make an appearance?
Jedi Bob, maybe.
Bob.
That'd be absolutely fantastic. So Liberty's heading that one up. I know a lot of people. I know Ashley said that she got a ticket to see Mr. Boyega.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That's gonna be awesome. I mean, I had a couple people say to me, "Well, we're thinking about going to New York, but should we hold our breath for Celebration?" I'm like, no. Don't hold your breath for Celebration. And I said, also, the prices that we're seeing right now, you're getting him dirt cheap. Like for him, he can garner more money, and you're getting very good because the price will be way more in Celebration, obviously with the Celebration tax. So, I mean, good for everybody who's able to go see him. I know a lot of our members are going to be there, so great opportunity to get all your Finn stuff signed, and then some. He's got multiple figures, multiple pops, multiple Black Series. He's got a bucket too. I mean, he's got the Stormtrooper with the bloody hand.
Yeah.
So, like there alone, that's another piece. I was thinking, Dave, that we were doing good, and I'm like, wait a minute, no, he actually has a bucket.
He does.
Bucket.
All the buckets. You're gonna need a giant container for the buckets.
Seriously. But we got that. And then November is coming up. We have Rhode Island Comic-Con, our biggest meetup of the year outside of Celebration or any of our own personal meetups. We're going to be at Dave & Buster's on the Friday night. As we know, you never know who's going to show up. The last 2 years, we've had different actors just show up randomly or not so randomly. But come join us for some dinner, some drinks. It's going to be a great time as we celebrate the last meetup of the year before we get to prep for Star Wars Celebration Japan, which probably is going to come around that time, I think. Things are going to start to get heavy, especially since today they announced that they're taking submissions for fan panels and the holodeck stage. So things are starting. Things are getting hot and heavy right now for Celebration, which is great.
You talked about John's bucket, and I had to make this paint job like this after I saw Force Awakens. So even though this is like a Skyrim helmet or something, I thought it would be cool with that blood smear on it.
It kind of reminds me of like the orc face when they put the white paint.
Yeah, the Hira whatever something high. I don't know. I'm not a big rings guy, but no.
Yeah, no, it's
I haven't watched any of the new stuff at all, but I'm sure it's decent. Some people will like it, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. So obviously there's a lot of great shows going on right now. Obviously people are deep into Agatha. That didn't sound right. Agatha all along is is on. I know it's after 9:00. I'm okay. I know I'm taking himself out of that one. Awkward. But that show is great. The humor is fantastic. I mean, I'm loving the I saw the first 3 episodes. I know, Jeff, you said you didn't see 3.
I haven't seen 3 yet.
Yeah.
We were talking about it during the Zoom happy hour, and for some reason people were adamant that it dropped on Wednesdays, and I'm like, no, it drops on Tuesdays at 6. It's that Tuesday appointment TV thing, and instead of going and watching it after we left the happy hour, I did something else when I should have just watched that and got it out of the way, so I wouldn't have to worry about missing anything or being spoiled.
Yes, but it's quite enjoyable. But also, so Dave, you caught up with Rebuild the Galaxy to where we are. What's your thoughts on the first 2 episodes?
It's fun. I mean, so I went in with a different kind of lens because you had, of course, told me that there was, a T-shirt worthy, like right there in the first episode, and I was like, I still need to clarify. We still need to clarify exactly which one you're talking about, because I thought there were like 6 in the first. There were like 6 T-shirts in the first 10 minutes. Like, what?
It is heavy on the classic kind of funny lines, which is great. The references to all the properties is really cool, I think, because they don't pull punches.
Well, I think the biggest nod, and rightfully so, is that they don't pull punches. Everything is up for grabs, which is fantastic. But you got Mark coming to voice Luke.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
I mean, that's huge. You've always had other actors, voice in and get in. It's a great nod, to the fact that he lent his voice to, Luke Skywalker.
And it's such a different version of Luke, which is fun.
Oh, yeah. So
that makes it even cooler.
Right. Well, I mean, we got, some great ones coming in. I'm not going to ruin it for Dave. But there's some really great cameos coming up of actors that you'll be very happy with. So we'll be enjoying that tonight as well.
Yeah,
but
15 minutes. Get your Disney Plus ready.
Yes.
Yep. But we're really gearing up for all our big cons and everything like that. Jeff, are you wearing which are your cosplay?
My plan is to refresh Fat Mickey Vader. I have been dragging my feet. I really want to get I bought a new inflatable suit to do my armor on again, and so hopefully this weekend I won't dick around and go do nonsense, and I'll actually put some time in and get it to a point where it is good to go. I ordered new gloves. I got some other things for the costume. I need to charge my voice box, because that is when I talk with my voice and then it gets distorted by the voice box. People just freak out because they're expecting to hear high-pitched Mickey, and I am not.
Hey.
I actually considered trying to do something where I had a soundboard, maybe like in my glove or on my wrist.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Where I could do like a, which I can't even do because it's too high pitched, or kind of Mickey line along with like breathing from Vader or something. So at some point I may get him to be that way, but he has sort of been sitting on the shelf for a while. So I figured if I could get him out for that, that would be cool. And then ideally, if he is out I'll be dressed as Fat Mickey Vader for the meetup because of the day and time frame. And you know, but we'll see. I may end up in some other costume, but it'll be fun either way.
Excellent, excellent. And what's new besides swimming over in North Carolina, Dave?
I mean, I was excited about, you know, not North Carolina things, but things happening in LA today. Is, you know, the Batman star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So,
Yeah,
you know, like I said, I think that things were missed that they didn't make it the Batman shaped star, but yeah, I understand why.
that thing was weird looking, but it was funny.
Who
It's
did
an
they have?
interesting.
Who did they have accept that? Was that?
I didn't catch any of the ceremony, so I don't even know who showed up. I just saw some photos from afterwards. One of my cosplay acquaintances does an amazing Batman that got a lot of attention at the event today, so that's cool. He was out with his bat suit on and getting interviewed by news outlets and stuff. So, but yeah, at some point, I'm sure it'll come up in my feed, and I will watch and see, and actually might end up talking to some photographers that were there because I know a couple that tend to frequent those events, paparazzi style. Well, they get to go in and actually there's a designated area for legit photographer, press type people, and get like the best view. That's whenever you see like the shot of the star with the person and it's right down the sidewalk. There's like 30 photographers and videographers all kind of clustered together, pointing at that podium and the star, ready to get the best shot that they can. I was posting photos because it was Mark's birthday yesterday,
Yes.
or whatever,
Oh, yeah.
and so I had gone to his star ceremony, but I was way far away. Thankfully, at the time, I had my decent point and shoot that has a nice optical zoom. So I had some interesting photos of Mark just sort of hanging around with George and Harrison. Harrison looking as bored as can be. Mark kind of feeding off the crowd, and George just like, what am I doing here, kind of thing. But you know, that was a fun event too. So, and I had pictures of good old Gary Fisher.
Aww.
So,
all right. So now you bring up Gary Fisher, and I think that's a great segue for this conversation. Obviously, Gary is very important to our particular fandom, but we now know that Peggy, aka Dogpool, is on the con circuit.
Yeah,
and it's to be at Rhode Island Comic Con. If Gary offers something similar, would you go get an autograph with Gary, a photo op with Gary, or is that something that, like, you know, when it was with Carrie, it was kind of cool, but, you know, I mean, I'm particularly not a fan of Dogpool doing the signing. I think it's too gimmicky for me, but I'm putting this out to all you guys.
I like.
Well, she's riding her 15 minutes, so I can't, you know, fault them for that. You know, it is the weirdest looking dog, you know, award-winning ugly dog.
Yeah.
And they have that costume. If Gary had like a cool Jedi costume, I'd definitely be all about it. Or if he dressed like Princess Leia, that would be amazing. But you know, I digress.
I think we need more dogs, more animals on the con circuit. Like, you know,
yeah, I'm sure there could be tons.
Let's have Grumpy Cat on the con circuit.
He actually made appearances back when he was a big sensation.
So Dave,
I know
when you go to Rhode Island Comic Con, is that going to be one of your photo ops? Okay, if you were going to Rhode Island Comic Con, would you
Spencer's offering to buy you that photo op is what he's doing right now.
Actually, I would.
Spencer knows that I can't get to, you know, Rhode Island Comic Con this year for reasons.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I think so. Like I said, I don't know if I'd do a pro photo op, but if they're doing selfies at the booth or something, yeah, I'd take a selfie with Dogpool. I'd get a selfie with Gary. Like I said, I really think put more like iconic animals on the circuit. You know,
I mean, last year,
Chris,
they had the cat from
yeah,
the Goose.
Goose
Oh,
was
wow.
around
on the circuit?
when Captain Marvel
I
dropped.
missed
Yeah.
that, man.
Well, if you remember last year, we were talking about from Rhode Island. Triumph, the insult dog, was on there. Now that's just only a puppet, but
That's a little bit different. Okay, I don't know that I'm going to have a photo op with some dude's hand in a rubber sleeve.
I would prefer a picture with Robert Smigel, maybe holding the puppet, but more Robert Smigel than just the puppet.
Yeah.
Because especially since you can't tell whose hand it is, right?
Right.
And Robert Smigel's an amazing writer and producer that's been doing some of the funniest stuff out there for a long time.
You know, it's funny because
I mean, like when there's photo ops with the Yoda puppet, it's not just the Yoda puppet, right?
Right. It's a puppeteer.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's put out to the crowd. Let's put out the crowd. If you had an opportunity to meet in a photo op, Gary or Peggy, aka Dogpool, would you do that? I would choose.
You mean which one would they choose, or would they?
No. If you had an opportunity, would you pay the money?
Go for either or.
Either or. If you would you go see one of the pets of, or if it was like Frank the Pug from Men in Black. I'm just throwing that name out there. Name, but check it out there. Yeah.
Long dead. Sorry.
Scooby says Gary for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I think there.
Yeah, and Chris likes Gary too. I think
one of my favorite stories of Gary is at my first celebration 2017. I'm over by the Rancho Obi-Wan booth, and Gary's coming out of it. And I'm trying to get quick snaps of him, but he was going over to Daniel Logan's booth because he was going to sit with Daniel for the day. And as soon as he got to Daniel's booth, he just decided to drop one right in front of him, which was fantastic considering that was the worst autograph haul in celebration history. And it happened there.
Fun. I got to experience Gary and his Gariness while I worked Carrie's booth at Celebration Anaheim 2015. And so he got his own chair next to Carrie and just sort of sat there with his tongue hanging out. So I have a funny little photo with Carrie sort of in the background. I was trying to be sly and not impose and take photos while I was working.
Sure.
But I got some fun photos of him.
So also do our reminder. Sorry. Oh, that's good. That's good. Next Tuesday, Deadpool arrives on Disney Plus already. So
does it drop at midnight?
I don't know, but Dave can finally watch it.
Aha! Get
Popcorn bucket ready.
References. Yeah.
See, there you go.
You see, when it was with Carrie, I have no issue with it. But it's a say. I understand selfie. Let me just. I was a selfie, but it's the same thing for me. Almost the same thing for me when you have a kid star. Like for example, like Vivian. I would not pay for a professional photo op with a child.
Yeah, that's a little creepy.
If it was like Vivian and Ewan, like they did Celebration,
I
have no problem with it. But like when I had one with Vivian or with Grant Feely, they were leaning over the table.
Yeah, but it's not creepy with the dog. With the kid, it's a little creepy. The dog, it's a dog. It's a good boy.
I'm just saying that I would not pay for a dog. Well, here's Ashley. Ashley's in the crowd now. Ashley, if you had opportunity for a photo op with either Gary or Peggy, aka Dogpool, like she's going to be at Rhode Island, would you pay money for a professional photo op with a pet, an animal?
Yeah, just the animal, it seems.
Just the animal.
Let's see, I'm the one who will go to the Roy Rogers Museum just to get a selfie with Trigger, and Trigger's been dead for 70 years.
Stuffed trigger, yes.
That was so morbid.
Huh.
When they start doing that for shows, that would be horrible. It's like, oh yeah,
Carting
well he's
in.
on.
Well, yeah.
No,
I mean, people go for like big props and things, and it's like Gary is as much of a celebrity and like an actual live celebrity adjacent than like Roxy the Rancor, which is a giant hunk of foam and plastic.
True.
And people are all about that. See?
Okay, but there you go. I mean, like I said, there you go.
That's right.
Gary is a celebrity in his own right. Look,
Yeah, see, and then
that photo up and Carrie was there. Like,
qualify that.
See, that's what we're saying is, Ashley, is would you go for just
Gary, yeah.
Not Gary with Carrie? Is would you go and just get a photo op with Gary on his
and that's
own?
that's one hell of a proxy, by the way, by saying you get a photo op with Gary, but you're getting I'm sorry, you're getting Carrie Fisher with it. I mean,
that's right.
That would have been funny if they advertised a photo op with Gary and Carrie just happened to be in it back when she was alive. That would have been interesting.
Sherry says she has pictures with you and Roxy with your family, Dave.
Yeah. Is like when we went to Cincinnati, we were all there, pictures with Roxy, and it was great. That's what Roxy is there for.
It's a great piece. They did an amazing job on that. I have lots of photos in front of Roxy.
They have as well. The same people built the basilisk from Harry Potter and Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah, it's pretty cool looking. Except it's coming out of a chimney or some weird thing, so it's not like a complete creature. It's just the neck and head,
right?
So
it's still a good mold.
Harry Potter.
Yeah,
it's probably a sculpt. It's most likely sculpted, not like modeled per se, because they do like carving away at the foam, and then they seal it with some kind of hard resin or something, and then paint it.
Okay,
so they do
right
some
here.
stuff. I like the ships at Celebration.
Like, okay, who would you get? Like Filoni's dog at a con? I'm there.
Wolf? Yeah. Well,
yeah.
But Mark carries his dogs everywhere, so by proxy, Mark's dogs are there, like Gary was called that.
It's not as visible, I think.
No. Dude, like I would pay for a professional photo op with Wolfie in the Filoni get up. Like on that. It's like, let's see how confused you can make the dog.
Well, I still love the fact, I was actually talking about this earlier today. I brought up the Facebook feed. I have a screen cap on my phone of some guy at LAX saying, I am 99% sure Dave Filoni getting his bags at the turnstile.
So
sometimes that passing glance can be a little confusing.
Okay, the passing glance can be confusing because when that was posted and I looked at it, I'm like, "What? Filoni was in the airport?" And I'm like, "Wait, that's my daughter next to me." It's like, oh, that is not.
Scooby's talking about the dog that inspired Chewie that George used to drive around with in the passenger seat.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, well, when you get to the taxidermy, that's just a little morbid, but
yeah, the Darth dog.
Okay, I understand that, but that's like that's a fan based.
I've seen that dog at like Disneyland.
That's at Rhode Island Comic Con, I think, last year as well. Also, Dave Filoni strikes again. Yep, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Actually, I'll have to send you off that. I have it up. It's absolutely brilliant. But we're about that time. We are going to be watching episodes 3 and 4 of Rebuild the Galaxy. And this is Dave's first time, so it's going to be great to hear Dave's reactions to this because it would be absolutely fantastic. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what's going on with us. I think I would have believed it was Filoni. See that?
Maybe. What if she was turned away from the camera?
Got me, so I'm sure.
Very cool. So whenever you guys are ready, we'll start with the 10-second countdown.
Okay, here we go. Okay. Oops, don't want to do that. And away we go. No skipping.
Before. No, we're keeping up, but we were talking before how we love that the heads are all Lego heads at the beginning of this, and they put the Gonk droid at the end of it, which is fantastic. The caption says, "I hope you like this, everybody." Servo.
Mm-hmm. I was talking about this before. I love the weird scaling that they did, where like the planet is like super. I mean, it would have to be small with regular size pieces, and then like the mountains in here are giant with regular size pieces.
Yeah.
Gotta throw that in there.
Okay, so Dave, Darth Jar Jar, you finally
he saw it in the last episode.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Oh yes.
But he's full of more classic lines now.
Everything is just it's so over the top and Lego-y.
Look at this. Pod racers in the water, which is classic.
I kept on thinking when the pod racers go over the water, I want to say, "You bozos, pod racers don't roll on water unless you got power."
Oh, there you go.
It is a nice ship. Of course, the callback lines. Fully armed and operational Dark Falcon. Yep. Scary.
Yeah, I love the fact the servo's getting like, it's talky at this time, but still, it's hilarious.
He's very chatty.
Yeah.
But once he got upgraded.
Yep.
The little like pieces going down the little conveyor.
Yep.
Okay. We were talking about this earlier. No one's safe. Freaking Darth Nubs. Nubs is like the newest phenomenon from Young Jedi Adventures, and they're already ribbing it. Like, this is fantastic.
Oh yeah. No one is spared. It's Lego.
There it is.
It's not going anywhere.
Like how they
Dave, last week I broke out my from Rhode Island that we got signed.
They play off the way they do the sabers in like Rebels and Clone Wars.
Oh yeah, where it's got the trail around it, the kind of little whip tail.
Gives it a lot more sort of motion.
Did anybody notice that the twin suns above the droid right now?
There's a lot of really subtle things like that, which makes it even cooler.
There are 4 lights.
And then that looks like a speeder with a dome on it. All right, I got to use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
No worries.
This is like Luke's. This is like, I like the separation. It's like oh no. Yes, we talked about that earlier, Ashley. It's that is an exciting one for those of you who are getting to go to New York. It's like a really interesting kind of hyperspace effect that they got going there. It's like we're doing hyperspace in a OG land speeder and.
Okay, but look at this Jedi Council. You got White Vader, we got Sheev Palpatine.
Yeah.
You got Jabba the Hutt. You got Jedi Lobot. Spoiler alert.
Guy in the helmet.
Darth Cat. I mean, Jedi Cad Bane, Jedi IG-88.
It's funny that there's all these nice bad guys, Jedi bad guys.
Hey, do you remember the from the 90s the graphic novel that had Vader in the white outfit that he decided he turned, but they couldn't keep him out of an outfit, so they made the Vader outfit white?
I've seen some cool cosplay of that particular version of Vader. And then I got a photo with a life-size one at the screening I went to a couple weeks ago.
So, Chris, there is a meetup on Saturday night. We were talking about it earlier. I will link you to it a little bit later at NYCC, but a whole bunch of our members will be there. As Ashley mentioned, she's going to be, there you go, at Monaghan Food Hall, which is near the Irish exit on Friday, October 18th.
It's funny that it's called that. Do you make Irish exits out of the Irish exit?
Yes.
Well, Phil Lamar is... what's his face?
Oh, Zap.
Well, I think it's also great that you got Kelly McReed-Tran right there. You know, you got the guy who plays Flash Thompson in the Spider-Man movies playing Dev.
So there's never any real explanation as to why his arm is like white, gray, whatever. Is it robotic? Yeah. Is it
yeah.
What's up with that? That's what I want to know. I need to go dive into that. Oh.
So, Dave, what's your thoughts? Do you think Sig and Emmett from the Lego movie are interchangeable? Their characters are so very similar.
Well, everything is awesome, so you know.
Well, yeah. When you're part of a team.
Exactly.
They have these shows have very similar kind of theme, or the movie in this show, which this could have been a movie we were talking about last week, Dave. That 4 25-minute episodes could have easily been a single drop of an actual movie and let it all kind of be together.
Yeah, and they could have done a thing in this where that would have been fun, is kind of break the fourth wall and have live action, Mark Hamill show up or something, and it's all playing
next to the set, and making voices.
Actually, I was just talking about the Matrix. When you just saw Sig in that white void, I was waiting for Lego Morpheus to say, "Okay, you're in the loading zone," or you see the architect walk by.
There you go.
Matrix.
Well, see, yeah, that's what happened. Is they realized that people in the Matrix 1999 was not the optimal year. So when people got bored with that, they just made them Legos. So they're all plugged into the power plant here.
Should be techniques.
So Dave, what do you think of this sassy Maul being voiced by Sam Witwer?
You've got to give that the respect. As you go to see it, and go okay.
I love how he
do Maul, but we need to get away from the Kenobi, and you need to make it a little fancy.
Sour Maul. I love how when he introduced himself.
If Maul was Lando, there you go.
Well, that's it. Kind of. He's got that suave.
Yes, Ashley at Rhode Island. Sam's going to be there. You got to get him on Sassy Maul sign. Yes, I did. I was waiting for someone to do that to try to, twist a little bit to Dave.
I loved how when he introduced himself the first time in the last episode or whatever.
Yeah.
How he's like, "I'm Mole, and rhymes with Paul." Like he was all goofy about it.
Uh-huh. No,
Visions.
I am your brother.
There's Vader.
Rule the Galaxy as brother and brother.
And again, I have to mention that if you watched YouTube in the 2000s into the 2010s and came across Chad Vader, Night Shift Manager, you just heard his voice as Vader, which I think is amazing.
The first time that, well, I mean, first couple of times that you saw Chad Vader, Day Shift Manager, that was just roll on the floor laughing.
Yeah, it's a great series. If you get a chance, go back and revisit it. One of the things I really like about Jedi Bob specifically is how technically the character was introduced as a minifig in a playset from quite a while ago, and so his paint job is being rubbed off or has been rubbed off over the years, kind of thing. Like he doesn't have part of his beard because he'd been played with this entire time, whereas everybody else is sort of clean and fresh, and they get scraped up based on what they've done. But there we go.
Hey,
and Slave One. Slave One.
The
misdirect. Oh, spoiler alert. Sorry.
Yeah, you get the
layer.
Slave One.
Oh, no, watch this.
Right here. This is great. Whoop. Huh?
You hear that, Dave?
That?
Huh?
Did you expect that reveal of Han or Leia going to Greedo's arms?
No, not in the slightest. I was just sitting there going like, how is Leia still Leia in this galaxy? You know?
Yeah. She would have been a good villain alongside Rey or something.
That's funny too. See, that's another shirt. Well, he shot his shot first.
Yeah. Did we notice that Han is wearing like a Matt the radar technician type vest?
Yeah, they did.
Well, yeah, because I thought when that opened, I didn't think that is Han. I thought that was Kylo.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, and Greedo's wearing the Han outfit. Oh, they swapped outfits. Okay, now I'm getting it.
Kinda. But I love the ship being modified into looking very much like Greedo's head, just based on part of the design, and then adding the ear things.
I wonder if Leilani can make the Sandcrawler fly like that.
It's like unlimited power.
Also love the plastic element of the characters, and like Greedo has that seam down the middle of his face.
Yes, that is it, actually, because it just gets more and more ridiculous as it goes on. It's like, well, this happens, well, then I'm going to do that. And then, no, I want to be the chicken or the duck or the whatever.
Right.
Dave, you should get Lego Greedo signed by Paul Blake next week.
I don't know that I have a Lego Greedo. I've got a regular Greedo signed by Paul Blake.
I was talking about this one.
Oh, yeah, I know.
It'd be great if I wonder who voiced it. We know that a lot of classic Star Wars voices are in here, so. And also, Han's outfit isn't quite the same as Greedo's. It's bluer as opposed to the green jumpsuit that he wears in A New Hope. The vest is similar.
I've had softer landings aboard Star Tours.
Gotta throw another dig. I like that.
Did you ever see when they crashed, Jedi Bob's cowl went backwards like a Lego piece?
Yeah.
I love how also like the energy fields, like they have legit holes in them, like they're Lego pieces. You actually see that the second.
That's still a very. He's wearing a very Greedo-y outfit. This is,
Yeah, but it's the color of what I remember from the original trilogy is a little greener.
Well, yeah, but I mean, this is whatever they think. This is the Black Series.
Yeah.
It's very.
Yeah, they've updated those a bit, but yeah, it's close.
He's
it's
not wearing the vest because I robbed
to that.
the vest for something else. But this would be a fun one. Like, I'm looking on IMDb at the Rebuild the Galaxy poster. That would be a fun one to have as a cast piece.
Yeah.
You're gonna hopefully see Monahan when they do Sith, right, Jeff?
I'm wondering what character he's going to play, but it would be amazing to have him be in all three of them. There's a couple people that have been along with him that have been in the first two. So keeping some things like that. I mean, he could play Yoda for sure, which he's done in the last two. But like, what other character would he play?
Are you gonna load yourself with the Jedi Bob just in case you run into him again?
Well, I have the little mini posters that they gave us at the event, so I'm definitely gonna bring that along. Like I said last week, my favorite of the mini posters is the Jar Jar in the Tatooine desert casting the Vader shadow, like the preview poster did back in '99 for
that would be a big fun one to have Ahmed sign.
Yeah, if I could get Ahmed on that, I would be stoked.
Okay, how incredible is this? Look at Yoda, and he's wearing Narkina 5.
The prisoner outfit.
Yeah, exactly. I just noticed that a second ago. I don't know if I paid attention to that originally. And there's Matt Wood doing classic Grievous. Oh, traitor. Uh-oh. The Akbar clones are just so far over the top. If there's not a big group of Akbar clones wandering around,
yeah, that would be
that's celebration. Well, it's easy enough for I would think for anybody who's a 501st member just to get a decent Akbar mask and take off your helmet and put on an Akbar mask.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then do a voice thing like I was going to do. It's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap. It would be like the new running of the prisoners.
Right.
Oh, right out of the mist, like at the cave.
Oh yeah, that classic reveal. What you told me.
No, it's not true. I am your father.
Mm.
It would have been great this flashback if it was in Duplo.
Nah. But yeah, you can see his paint job is fresh.
Yeah. I like the like filter.
Oh yeah, the like sepia tone kind of look to it, even though it's more green.
Boom. So what was the galaxy like before the galaxy that we all know with every...
So once again, it's like the Matrix. They keep on resetting it.
Right. It's a vicious
There's
circle.
There's many versions of Zion.
Mm-hmm. Did you read that article I had posted in the chat, Dave, that did the Easter eggs and stuff on this after you've watched any of it?
No, I haven't watched that one.
After tonight, you need to go revisit it.
Yes.
There's like a whole bunch of talk about the names and how they apply to classic Lego and different Star Wars things, and different things that they did specifically as Easter eggs. So
no, I read the Batman Day one that you put up earlier.
Oh yeah, that was a Scum and Villainy post.
Those were some pretty good ones right there.
Yeah. Some of them were pretty
several
obscure.
of those I did not know.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of why I was like, hey, I hadn't heard most of this. So there, that star was placed closer to Hollywood and Highland, but not like as close to like the El Capitan as,
I thought it was an interesting choice that they designated it the movie one. So much of Batman's history has been pre-movie and not.
Yeah, I don't think they have a comic book. Well, they do have a book one, I believe.
But let's just talk about this for a minute. Do they run out of stars, like human actors in Hollywood, that they just need to go find a fictional character?
The way that the stars on the Walk of Fame work is that somebody sponsors it.
Yeah.
Right.
So the studio, Warner Brothers, had this 85th anniversary thing and had this, probably raised this idea with the Chamber of Commerce, and they thought it was fun or whatever. And so that's where, they paid them to do it, and they're all about doing it now. So, I don't think it was something that they necessarily came to Warner Brothers with, but it could have been mutual. It's hard to say, but there is an amazing bronze statue in Burbank, which is near Warner Brothers Studios, of Batman that's about 9 feet tall, near the AMC Burbank, which is a nice little kind of homage.
So
and they said that the star is between Adam West and Bob Kane.
Mm-hmm.
So what does Bob have on his? What is?
Oh, that's a good question.
Let's see.
But wouldn't you think that would have been an interesting? Well, we finished with the first one. I'll ask the question again.
This is a big giveaway right here.
So we're going to pause for a second.
I'm going to jump to it and then pause it.
Yep. So here's a question. So the documentary movie Superman, the Christopher Reeve story, just came out. Wouldn't it have been a great marketing ploy if they actually went with Superman instead of Batman?
But it's not Superman's 85th birthday.
Okay. And that is more about the man than it is about the Superman. It's very much about Christopher Reeve and his sort of almost like unwanted fame from how much attention he got from, although he embraced it. It's a very sad movie.
Right.
Lots of tear jerking going on in that hour 45 or whatever it is. I saw it last weekend. It was pretty intense. So, but yeah, I was thinking the same thing actually, because that was more semi-timely, although they released a whole bunch of versions of different Batman movies in theaters in the last 2 weeks, in sort of concert with the anniversary of Batman himself. So that also sort of applies,
So here's the interesting: Bob Kane does have the motion picture symbol on his Hollywood star, which is odd. Because
he himself wouldn't necessarily be known for an animated or a live action version of Batman.
Well, he did participate in Batman '89. He was around and he was on set.
So that could probably be where they're pulling from. Yeah. Chris is surprised at who's been getting stars lately.
And there's been a lot of stars lately. there's a whole lot
Well,
in like the last
like
month.
star season or something. So
well, I don't know if it's been a lot of stars this, or it's been a lot of people that we actually care about.
yeah, pay attention to, because
Mm.
there's tons of ceremonies that I'd be like, who's that? And that happens, when I'm walking down the street up there. There's a lot of, obviously older stars that are sort of out of my zeitgeist, that are, peppering the entire walk. And then there's a handful of newer stars that are just not necessarily on my radar. So,
I mean, this year alone, we've had at least half a dozen new stars with actors that within our generation in the last 20 years, or if not in the last 10 years, if that, you know.
yeah.
So
I
it's
think
very
Disney went
clear.
heavy.
Yeah. Oh, Disney went absolutely heavy, and they made heavy,
And-
especially in front of their own properties, like in front of the El Capitan, or at least within proximity of El Capitan.
Right. And if they're in front of El Capitan or Jimmy Kimmel, that's all the same company ultimately,
Right.
because ABC is owned by Disney. And so, yeah, they have
Okay,
that
so
space.
this is who they got to actually who they unveiled this star. It's who I thought it was. I saw a brief clip. It's Jim Lee.
Jim Lee, yeah, I think I'd heard about that.
And I mean that's interesting, but I mean
Again, it's not motion picture, it's not
no.
animated, it's
Well, and Jim Lee,
comic book.
no, I always associated more with I think his work in Marvel.
Right. Well, now he's head of DC, so it's
Is he head of DC? Oh, DC Comics.
Yes.
right.
Okay, I say James Gunn and Mark.
No, yeah, that'd clarify. Yeah, he's not the movie guy. He's
Right.
because he is an artist, and that makes most sense.
Yes,
I think.
absolutely. So so we have another episode, the final episode of Rebuild the Galaxy. So everybody had their Disney Plus all queued up, and whenever you guys are ready, we'll go to 10 seconds.
Let me change this because I'm weird like that.
Mm-hmm.
Get a different color going. Okay.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, he's snazzy.
All right, and away we go.
I think all of these have been like the Lego series have been absolutely stellar.
Now, seeing the Lucasfilm logo in Lego might have been really cool.
Mm.
Like have it combined together or something. Oh, powered down. Poor.
Yeah, I know that was the fun
Servo.
part right there. It's like, whoa, that's deep, man.
One of my favorite Lego related items I got at Star Wars Celebration. I think it was one, and it was a Duplo brick, like about that big, that was yellow, that said Lego and Star Wars on it. But it was like a cool little thing you could kind of like put on your shelf or whatever.
The separator. This is where it really gets fourth wall. It's like it's the separator. It's the craggle. It's it's
Right.
It's like there you go. There's your breaking of the fourth wall. It's where's Will Ferrell in this?
Did you see the separator was painted with an Arcana 5 like paint job? It was white with orange accents.
Oh, I did not notice that.
They have a lot of stuff that's sort of combined colors
Right.
that you wouldn't necessarily see. Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it has to be over a giant chasm in the ship.
Well, that's where everything is. No.
And there it goes. Oh. It's cool that the pieces change color. It's Earth now.
Didn't Anakin make a line about this in Sith? He's like, make the galaxy what we want it to be.
I wasn't sure about that name for the planet, Vanessa, but I guess it's a cut from a book that, from the 90s or sometime like that. So the more deep cuts they have.
Oh.
Acting Yoda.
Trap it is.
That's another shirt.
Cut it off, bro.
Trap it is.
You got Grievous power bombing the Akbar. They should have given Grievous a jumpsuit.
Oh yeah, that would have been funny. He's basically just Grievous.
Uh-oh. Here it comes. The clones run.
Well played, Chris. Well played.
Yeah, there's like weirdness with the scale of like the worlds.
Right. There's a lot of sort of differences in terms of the scaling.
Oh, there's all the nerfs.
He's gonna be a nerf handler again.
Back to his old nerf handling ways and his cool shepherd's cane.
See, if he had someone like, R2, he can chronologize the entire thing.
Where's Servo? He should be doing that.
Servo's like gone, right?
Yeah, he's just in the last episode.
That's why he was powered down at the beginning.
Siggy
Stardust.
Ziggy Piggy.
Yeah. That was evil nerf. Oh.
You shall not pass.
It's a whole like Darths right there. It's just like it's very reminiscent of like Death Eaters.
Kid Fisto's Pisto.
It is a noble profession.
It's great. They're giving so much work to Kelly Marie Tran. Like every Lego show, they make sure she's on it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Uh-oh. Nope.
He's ready.
Going down. Oh.
Wow.
Bye, Nubs.
Darth Nubs taken down.
Oh.
There was Darth Tika.
That would be
I think he has another official name, and it's based on. Whoa! Hello.
Uh-oh.
Silver alert.
Oh, okay.
Missing endangered adult. Let me mute.
Sorry.
Second I mute, it goes off. Yeah, I was hoping it was an earthquake alert, but we've been having a lot of weird little swarms lately. Malibu's getting hit like every few days. CHP alert.
Oh, Palpatine and Jabba hugs. Uh-oh, wait. Didn't this where this happened before? This is what started.
Yep. I love the silver saber hilts.
Uh-oh.
Chromed out. Ooh. So I guess that's a ship you can buy as well that comes with
Oh, is that
Jedi
one of
Bob.
the ones that's a new kit?
Yeah. I was looking at stuff at the Lego store right after it dropped. Like, just fly it. Poor Nubs is laid out.
You were no one when I found you, and you're still no one. Nice play on words.
I'm a person, and my name is Anakin. Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. The you have the X-wing ties. You have the tie center with the X-wings.
Yeah.
Interesting design for sure.
Well, you could whether they make a kit or not, you could do that with Lego.
Well, yeah, that's the thing about majority of what they got going on in here is you can have a couple different sets and just kit bash and have stuff from the show.
Oh, they're called tie wings.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
So, Dave, what do you think of the Bounty Hunter Ewoks and the Bounty Hunter C-3PO?
that was hilarious. I that was definitely chuckle out loud. It's like we're being chased by the most evil bounty hunter Ewoks.
Yep.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was Anthony doing the voice of 3PO too, which was fantastic.
Yeah, as I saw that Anthony's in here. He does that in all the Lego stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a different, like it was obviously the villainous, obviously play on Rise.
A different take.
But slower take, like his voice was slower and more ominous.
Oh, yeah. He's so dramatic. I love the explosions being pieces as well.
Here you go. Here's 3PO. We were just talking about him.
Deadly assistance with his golden Naboo ship. Not what's that one, like the Queen's ship. Forget what the style of ship it was.
There you go.
Oh,
there's the Ewoks back.
The shield generator.
I like how the explosions start out as explosions, but then you can see all the little bricks.
Yeah, they morph into pieces. Yeah.
Great call out there, Chris.
That's my boy. Yep, that fits very well.
Woo.
Deadly assistance is a fantastic phrase. I would agree there, Troy. Okay, they're talking about truths. Couldn't they just talk about certain point of view?
Right. Semantics.
Call me Jedi Bob. Still hate it.
Please don't.
Finally embraces it. No, don't call me Conversation in the Cantina chat.
Oh yeah, blowing up.
Mr. Notman and his
You can't say California is better than Florida or Florida is better than California without it starting a war in the Cantina.
You guys always love to talk about that Cantina chat when I'm not. So I don't know what the hell you guys talking about.
Shut up, shut up, shut up.
Love they like leaned heavy into the whole emo thing with that character Dev.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's Dev is completely Kylo. It's like where they
Yeah.
Yeah, she said that a while ago.
Oh, sorry, I missed that. I was watching the episode. It's just like, whoa.
It is a double entendre.
Yeah.
It's very apparent that it does not exist here.
There's the cornerstone. Oh, we tried to smash it. That didn't go well.
Uh-oh.
Well, there you go. Use the force. That's not how the force works.
I love the Ewok ship with the sail thing on it. Or
oh yeah, it's got to be. It's
wing thing.
Gotta be like primitive because it's Ewoks.
Yeah.
I love the metallic lightsaber.
Yeah, that chrome look. I was half expecting it to be a double-bladed saber, even though I knew.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't have the double blade.
It
would have been cool if they had the remember when Ezra had the cross saber, like the Kylo saber was green.
The poodoo. Hello. There it is. It's always the Falcon that saves the day. Yep. It doesn't matter if it's the Dark Falcon or not.
It's a good Falcon now.
She should scream, Yahoo!
Now this is pod racing. There should have been a line from Luke like that. That would have been funny. Booyah. Serious damage with them big guns.
Force builder, master builder. Yep, he's totally Emmett. The broken glass pieces is absolutely fantastic.
All this like building walls in between you and your opponent is very Fortnite-y. It's what the kids know.
It's probably where they borrowed from.
Well, it's very perceptive considering the fact that when they released that Palpatine was still alive before the movie came out, they made the announcement on Fortnite. This also kind of reminds me of if you remember in Empire Strikes Back when Vader's fighting Luke on Bespin, he's throwing stuff at him while they're fighting.
Yeah,
They're having their conversation.
Oh, you gotta have. There you go. That's power is the nerf herder staff.
Back to his roots.
It's like Loki's staff. He needs to have the cornerstone embedded at the jewel at the top of it.
I was thinking it was very Charlton Heston-y.
No, he does kind of have Moses vibes. Bob.
They're still flying half a ship.
Yeah, it's convenient that they can breathe since that glass broke. And he doesn't have a head. Whoops. Directed by George Lucas.
Psych.
And on a super down note. Somebody's a buzzing over there.
Oh, it's the Cantina chat blowing up.
Talking about Disney rides.
Well, nope, gonna put the and let's just jump into space.
Yeah, just casual like.
And we build
And
ships.
how does gravity work? Like they started falling when they should have just went out straight, like whatever forward momentum.
Well, you know, it works when you want it to.
And it was dramatic to fall into the ships that they were building. So, oh, that would be so cool if they added a scene like this into Star Tours.
Yes. Lego on Star Tours.
Yeah, like where did we end up? Like the C-3PO be freaking out, and then we
almost like the Simpsons episode when he goes into different worlds.
When he's 3D.
Yep. Have you seen Tron? No. Yes. I mean, no.
I mean, no. That was a dig. Yeah, they've done lots of weird stuff on The Simpsons.
Oh, you gotta, yeah, there you go. Build
Rick and Morty was on. Family Guy. I think they did something with Bob's Burgers too. Anyways, time to rebuild.
Yeah,
there he is.
I have your favorite Gonk droid. Oh, and it's not like classic Sig. It's or classic Gonk. It's servo. It's mouthy.
Definitely servo. This part's kind of, it's like, why are they just hiding it? Shouldn't they like do something more to it,
like
to keep it from getting? Yeah.
Well, it started looking like the Star Wars Outpost, the revisited Rainforest Cafe.
Right, exactly. Yucatan jungle.
Oh, sorry, Sherry.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Bummer.
And we've forgotten that you had a father and family and
whole background, history, a life. And now they have new family. Punch it, Bob.
That's what you should say the next time you're on the Smuggler's Run.
There you go. That's what they need to do. Is redo this scene and do smugglers and Lego.
Dave, you need to watch this
That would be
Coda.
fun.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes.
More of this wacky mashup. I love how they
Lorian.
the Lando Lorian.
Yeah. And then,
Yeah.
That's what you should get Billy D to sign next week.
oh yeah, Orlando Lorian.
Okay, so this cast for tonight's episode: Peter Mararazzo, obviously, Bobby Monahan. You had Anthony Daniels, Kelly Marie Tran, Billy D. Williams, D. Bradley Baker, T.C. Carson, Phil Lamar, Ross McQuad, Helen Sadler, Matt Wood, Sam Whitworth, Shelby Young, and Mark Hamill.
Yeah,
it's strong.
Damn.
That's good stuff for the Lego. You know, they're going all in on the Lego movie.
So I absolutely adored this this programming. So now that you caught up with this, Dave, what was your impression of all 4 episodes?
This was cute. This was fun. Like you said, it's very you know, I don't know that these are lines that will last this test of time, but they're very catchy lines, very there's like one-liners the whole time, everything.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
It keeps it fun.
Yeah, it's absolutely great. Who's getting Billy D at IC? I'm bringing stuff. Doesn't mean that I'm gonna get Billy D. It really depends upon what my finances are. Like
him, possibly
weekend.
prepared to.
I want to see what Billy D has. Troy is. I want to see if he has an art print that I like. Is he brought an art print to Raleigh and I didn't love it, but we'll see.
I have a celebration photo from Billy D and his book. Both
Yeah,
signed.
I mean he is pricey. He's $300, but the fact is that he's not. You know, we talk about all the time on the VCN that grab OT while you can.
Yeah.
Because we're still reeling from Kenny and Carrie dying right before Celebration 17. Billy D was not in great shape at Celebration London last year. So when you have an opportunity to get OT, get it. I mean, especially at this particular con, which is 95%, OT.
Yeah. See, I'd already gotten a Billy D, and I went ahead, and the greatest deal was the Billy D on his book. Like that was just cover price for the book. That was.
Yeah, Mike, Kareen, and myself went to one of his book talks. We got to sit in, listen to him talk about excerpts from the book with a local LA entertainment reporter that just recently passed away as well. But then we also got a copy of his book signed by Billy D. Not in person; it was already pre-signed, but it was for I think we spent like $50 for the event and the book with the signature.
That's so great.
Well, see, this one, and again, this one isn't any of that. It's not the sticker like nonsense.
Yeah, it's not a card or whatever.
Not an auto pen.
Well, no. I'm saying is like a lot of
like a stamp.
A lot of the ones that are done like this are done on a sticker that's then
yes.
Yeah.
No, this is done on the book itself.
Yes, that's how ours are as well.
That's great.
Much nicer.
So we're pretty much there right now. Obviously, we're getting ready for our November movies that we're thankful for. So if you have some ideas, let us know. We got some ideas on our end that we're going to do. As we're going to get ready for Skeleton Crew in December, which is going to be a lot of fun. But also next Thursday, I will already be at ICC Con in Nashville. So the guys are going to be coming up with something for next week, and we'll figure out, the following weeks to come after that. But if you guys have suggestions, Dave, where can someone reach us if they have suggestions for the network?
You can always reach out, make comments on these videos right there. All of our socials are cruising by under the bottom there. And you can always email us directly at virtualcantinanetwork@gmail.com. You can get a hold of us there. So
Excellent.
let us know what you think, and we want to do things that you want to watch.
Absolutely. And so, like we mentioned, we have a lot of great stuff coming up in the next 2 weeks. We hope we see you at one of our events. Like I said, we have 2 events next week. We'll take a lot of pictures, and a lot of shenanigans abound, as we also have our final Bunta of 2024. So we're looking forward to that, and we're looking forward to seeing all you guys. So, Jeff, anything you want to say before we get out today?
No, just a fun 4 episodes here of kind of Lego nonsense, lots of tongue-in-cheek stuff. I really enjoyed all the play on classic lines and situations and things that they did. So I'm always pretty pleased with any kind of Lego production, and especially if they go Star Wars and then deep dive. I'd heard the directors were big time into Star Wars and Lego for quite some time, so I think that helps. But yeah.
Dave.
See what we're going to watch next week. It's a question still. If you guys have any ideas, let us know.
Yes, please.
Anything you want to close out with, Dave?
I really loved it. Was it the most amazingly well written or meaningful Star Warsy? No, it's fun, and that's something that we could use, and we could make different stuff in Star Wars. It doesn't always have to be this or it's deep and whatever as Andor is, or so.
This is our what if.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, yeah, fun stuff to watch. Looking forward to see what we're gonna watch next week, and looking forward to seeing some people in person again at ICCC.
All the C's.
All the C's.
Absolutely. So don't forget, people, make sure that you like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you get notifications whenever the VCN is on live. We will be coming to you live from our booth all weekend. So make sure that you're following either the Virtual Cantina Network on YouTube or on our Facebook page or on any of our social medias. And we're also going to have a very special patch, which is a great patch that Dave designed, that you will get if you either subscribe to our Facebook page or to the VCN on YouTube right in front of us, if you're not a member of either or at this particular time. So It's a really fun patch. It's a nice Disney mashup. I think it's going to get a lot of laughs. And all that jazz. So once again, guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. For those who will see Nashville, see you next week. But until then, may the cornerstone be with you.
Oh, yes.